All right, lesson 4 or page 4 in our notes. Equivalent equations, example 2. Claire bought just enough fencing to enclose either a rectangular garden or a triangular garden, as shown. The two gardens have the same, there's that word again, perimeter. How many feet of fencing did she buy? So I've got sort of some of those similar steps on the side here as I did in the last problem. So it says set up the expression for each perimeter. So we're going to write an expression for this perimeter, and then we'll write one for this perimeter. So I only know two sides of the rectangle, but I have to remember that a rectangle has congruent sides. So if this is x minus 4, this is also x minus 4. If this is 4x minus 4, this is also 4x minus 4. So there are two ways to represent this perimeter. You can just add all of these into one long expression, or you might notice that we have two of the same things and two of the same things, and you can multiply by 2 in that way. So that's the way I'm going to do it first. So you can go 2 times 4x minus 4. I'm doing 2 times all of this because there are two side lengths that have that expression, and then I'm going to add that to 2 times x minus 4 because I have 2 of that same expression. It's important to know that it would be equivalent if someone wrote this. So these two expressions are the exact same, but instead of writing this out twice, I simply multiplied it by 2. And writing this out twice, I multiplied by 2. All right, so I'm going to keep that first one, but if you want to keep the other one, that's perfectly fine. We'll still get the same answer. All right, so the perimeter for the triangle then will be these three sides added. So for triangles, you can have a lot of different scenarios. So they did provide us with all three side lengths in their expressions. So 3x minus 1 plus 3x minus 1 plus 3x. And so this is the expression for the triangle's perimeter. Then it says set up the equation. Well, it says the two gardens have the same perimeter. So if these perimeters are the same, we can say that they're equal. So that's going to be our equation setup, is setting both perimeter expressions equal. All right, and now we're going to solve. So I'm going to bring that did Casey go surfing back up. So distribute. We do have some distributive property to deal with here. So we'll do that, and we're going to get 8x minus 8 plus 2x minus 8. So notice how I just distribute this to the parentheses. And then we will bring this side down. All right, so I'm done with distributing. Now I'm going to combine like terms. Like terms only exist on the same side of the equal sign. So I've got a set of like terms here. Then I also have like terms on this side. So that's going to be 10x from adding these together. But constants are also like terms. So I've got negative 8 and negative 8. Well, that's negative 16 when you add. All right, on this side, we've got 3x plus 3x plus 3x. That's going to give us 9x. And then I have two constants there, so that's going to be minus 2. Negative 1 plus negative 1 gives us negative 2. All right, get variable to one side. So I notice that I have 10x here and 9x here. I'm going to decide to move the smaller one. So if I want to move 9x to the other side, I have to make it cancel out on the side it's on. So because it's positive 9x, I'm going to subtract 9x on both sides. So I'm left with 1x, or x, minus 16 equals negative 2. So now we're at the solve step. So plus or minus, multiply or divide. So we're going to isolate x by adding 16 on both sides. And I'm going to have x, because that's the same as writing 1x, equals 14. Alright, so remember, go back to the question. So we are making sense of our solution here. It's really important. Alright, so the two gardens have the same perimeter. How many feet of fencing did she buy? So x is not the feet of fencing. 14 feet of fencing really wouldn't enclose very much of a garden. That would be very small. So we need to know the full perimeter of one of these objects, because remember, we set them equal. So no matter which one we plug into, we know we're going to get the same answer for the rectangle perimeter and for the triangle perimeter, because they told us it was the same. I'm going to go with the perimeter. So my initial perimeter expression was 3x minus 1 plus 3x minus 1 plus 3x. So I can plug in 14 to all the x values. All right. So 3 times 14 is going to give us 42 minus 1 plus 42 minus 1 plus 42. All right. So this is going to be 41 plus 42 minus 1 plus 42. That's going to give me, I'm going to have to come over here, 83 minus 1 plus 42, so that's 82 plus 42, and then lastly that gives us 124. So notice when I got to a point where it was just all adding and subtracting, I did it all the way left to right when I was simplifying that expression. I had to do the multiplication first because I was following PEMDAS here. So this part in which I just plug in for x, that's all PEMDAS. So let's write our answer as a full sentence. She purchased 124 feet, because that's what this number means, of fencing. So I really want everyone focusing on meaning in these problems. What does it mean? What does it want me to, how does it want me to write my equation? So right here. And then if I get an answer, what does it mean? Do I need to do more and get another value and write a sentence explaining? So go back, pause the video, rewatch certain parts, and make sure your notes look as detailed as mine.